a daffodil into lamps, basically. So the cone becomes a place for like an orb of light, and the flowers, they move to either keep it open or cover and cut off the light. A tree somewhere where its seed pods, when they get dried up, they end up exploding. And it does come from a tree, so that's where it's like, What if these guys do the same? But they're just normal pumpkins, but the moment you try to open them, once they've turned the color orange, because this in this place, I think they don't only turn a certain color. But imagine you're trying to make a jack-o'-lantern, but the moment you stab a knife into the pumpkin, it just explodes. So these things grow in 3 places that share 2 featuristics in particular, either cracks along the wall or floral places, in which case with the floral, they'll grow the same way normal pumpkins do. But the ones that grow from the walls, they just kind of look like they're sprouting out of the walls. Pitcher plants, the Venus flytraps, those kind of plants. What if you take those and turn them into a tree? It looks like a normal tree, except dead because it doesn't have any leaves. But it has a lot of branches, and I mean a lot. And all these branches slope downward. So what happens is similar to a Venus flytrap, where when something wanders in, it brushes against all those branches as it's trying to get through. And when the timing's right, the tree has to kind of guess on this part. So sometimes they miss, of course. But when they think the prey is in the middle, like close to the stump, they start closing the branches in to form an actual cage of branches. And when the prey can't get out, the roots come up from the ground, grab the thing, and drag it under the ground. Pretty cool, right? We have residents. And residents are the main star of the show, kind of thing. We're going to do today are going to be Stilts. These are my names for them. They technically, again, like the entities don't have any real names. It's kind of just a mix match. But yeah. I call them these things just so I know who I'm talking about. There's a blank. Who else? No Face, which is a fun one. And then after that, we'll have... Yeah, I don't know how you really pronounce it. What I'll do is I'll make like all the information of what the residents are somewhere else. But then have every like individual one be described properly. The thing is with these guys, they're just there. They're just here. Because unlike the entities, they don't have a real like set place in the ecosystem. They're just there. So they also can't die. So it's kind of hard to come up with a way for people to know what exactly these things are, because you can't really dissect them. Because if they don't die, you can't figure out what they're made of. I guess there is a possibility that some people, strap them down and open them up, but I don't think that's the case. I don't think they would do that. So they're just kind of there, and people just make do around them. I'm okay. These guys are also really easy to do. Like, 5 will be quick, because they're very simple. They're both very complex and very simple in design. Because there's a typical format you have to stick with. But besides that, they can be anything. So as long as you stick to that one format, like the basic color scheme and the basic shape of the body, otherwise you can technically go as wild as you want and it works. So they're not that hard. And plus I, drew them all out on paper. No face. No face. One of the few hostile ones that I have. I say that like there's not many hostile ones. There are many hostile ones. Many. They used to be called sheep. I just call them sheep now. They're also one of the only ones that has like a type of clothing item that they keep on. I was going to say only one that actually has clothes, but no, because there's also a resident called Phony that wears clothes, but they change the clothes. They go through like a cycle of different people's clothing. So, sheep is technically the only one that does wear this piece of clothing.